Good evening, dynamic speakers and coaches. First of all, I want to welcome some of our new members. We've had quite a few new friends join the group this week, so I'm very excited to have you here. Now, I am doing a daily live here and on Instagram. Today, I'm talking here, so listen up. There is something that I see many people doing, both on camera, but more so in person, that could really be killing your talk. Drop it in the comments if you're here live, and if you think you know what it is, let me know. And this is something that's rarely talked about when I see other speaking coaches presenting things, right? We often think about, first of all, our mindset, right? Just feeling confident, feeling good, which is super important. We often hear people talking about just having a really good outline, having a really great story, structuring it properly, knowing when to pause, knowing when to crack a joke, knowing when to engage your audience. Those things obviously matter. And then, what I talk about a lot is our voice, how we can make it work better for us, how we can make it resonate and connect with the people listening. But this is one piece that I rarely see people talk about. And personally, it's that thing that can make or break a talker for me. And this is your presence. What do I mean by presence? Now you might be thinking, well, Ella, some people just have a great presence, they have that holy presence, or they have that charismatic presence, or they have that calming presence. But it's always a presence. It's a presence that draws you in. So the first thing I usually work on with people in my coaching programs is connecting to yourself, your breath, and your body, because that's what's going to optimize your presence. One thing you can start doing today, without any coaching, without any deep dive into your body and your breath work, is get grounded before you speak. This is something I see talkers doing. There's a lot of this. And I do that sometimes when I'm really excited. I'm like, yeah, and sometimes we want to see that. But when you're on a stage or when you're running a workshop and you're in a room of people, how much more powerful is it for you to just stand, plant your feet firmly in the ground, get tall, shoulders back, chest lifted, and don't even use your arms. Just stand. Just own your body. Own your space. Because so many of us are adding so much fluff. We feel like, oh, I can't just stand here and talk. I'll be boring. I'll lose their attention. But I want you to remember something. When it comes to your presence, which happens and has an impact on people before you even open your mouth, less is more, my friends. Next time you watch an actor on stage or you watch a speaker on stage, I want you to notice their body language. I want you to notice, are they fidgeting? Are their feet like not really planted and they're that is a sign of insecurity in our bodies. Is their breath really labored, really short, really shallow? Just plant your feet, take a breath, and trust yourself. So, if you have done all the other things to get ready for your upcoming speaking gig, even if that's a little live like this in your group, take a moment to think about your presence. What kind of presence do you want to exude? What kind of presence does your best version of yourself, your speaker self, what kind of presence does she bring to a room? Does she know who she is? Is she confident in her body? It doesn't matter what her body looks like, what shape it is. She could have her hair in a messy bun and no makeup on, or she could be rocking, you know, some Louis Vuitton. I don't even know if that's a thing, clothing. Is that just bags and purses? Clearly I am not the Louis Vuitton one. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter what makeup you put on, because your presence comes from within. Your presence comes from a deep trust, not having to add anything else. If you are watching this and it's hitting home, then let me know. Say amen, say yes, say something. If you're watching the replay, #replay. If you're like, I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't really know if I have a presence. I don't really feel good in my body when I go out on stage or out to speak to people in a group, public speaking. Yes, Abigail. Abigail, just join the Impact Collective. Whoop, 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 whoop. Celebrating you so hard, girl. Right? We don't need to add the fluff. You got it. You got it in you. And the more powerful speakers, they just stand. They just take up space. And then you can add on whatever you want to add on. So if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Or if you're like, ooh, that's the thing I struggle with, then please write presence in the comments. I want to talk to you about the Impact Collective, where we go over this and so much more. But if you're ready to be like, yeah, I want to feel good when I walk into a room. I want to feel powerful. I want to own my authority. I want to own my leadership when I press record. And that all comes from owning your presence, your innate beauty, your innate worth, just by being here, by being alive. You don't have to be, I don't know, Tony Robbins. He's a big presence, right? Think of somebody you know that just lights up a room. Some people have it, but you have yours, and we will find it together. So if you want to know more, you can drop an impact below. If you want to know more about presence, we can just chat in the DMs, send me a link or send me a DM or just write presence. Because this could be killing your talk. Doesn't matter what's coming out of your mouth. Doesn't matter the sounds you're making, which I'm big on sounds. It doesn't matter how great your little story outline is. If your presence is disjointed, if it's not communicating the thing that you want to be communicating, people will pick up on that before anything else. That's why sometimes you're like, yeah, I like what they're saying, but I just don't like them. I don't know what it is. Something about them. It's your presence. Okay? So think about that. Let's put that at front of mind when we go to speak. The rest will come. Okay, friends, have a wonderful evening. And if you want to check out the live I did over on my IG, go check it out. It's at Speak with Fire Coaching. If you're not there, and I'll probably pop in here again later this week. So have an awesome week. If you have any questions, drop them below. Bye.